everybody, it's Jay and welcome to Love of All Things. Sorry. Today I'm going to be coming to you guys and doing another cooking video. Hopefully I can edit this down where I don't seem like I'm all over the place or whatever. But I'm going to be doing a pasta bake, and normally I do this with penny pasta, but today I'm doing it with rotini, salad rotini. So it's basically what they call it. It's like a chicken broccoli alfredo bake. And we're going to show you guys what you guys need to use in order to get this recipe. So what you're going to need is broccoli. I always get the frozen broccoli. And this is about 12 ounces of broccoli cut. You're going to need shredded cheese, chicken breast, your pasta. I'm using rotini, like I said today. And you're gonna need, I use the alfredo sauce mixes. You can use the ones that are in a jar. I don't too much like those. Or you can do it from scratch, whatever. Kind of like to do stuff the simple, easy way, but you can make it from scratch, starting off with a roux. Add your cheeses and your butter. You know, in case you don't know what a roux is melted butter with flour, and then you add milk in, and it's like start off the consistency of all cheese-based sauces. There you go. But I'm using the alfredo mix. I need 2 for 1 whole box of pasta. And these alfredo mixes, you need margarine or butter and milk and water. So here's my margarine and here's my milk. Okay. Now already on my stove, I already have my water in the pot here ready to boil, and I have my stove turned on for my chicken. And basically, you're going to want to start your chicken, or your stove, I'm sorry. You're going to want to start your stove off at 425 degrees. So let me get a knife. You see, it's down a little bit more. Okay, here's my little container that I cook my chicken in. I'm going to start off by using some spray, Spam, and spraying that down. And then open up my chicken, and that's my stove telling me that it's at 475 degrees. So I'm going to take my chicken out. I'm just going to peel off like any little huge chunks of fat, which this one doesn't too much have any. You can also cut it. Then my chicken, I'm just going to use some nature seasoning. A little onion powder. And some garlic powder. And I'm going to let this go in the oven and cook for about 25 minutes. Okay, so my water back here is boiling. See it? It's all hot. So now I'm going to add my pasta. And I'm going to let my pasta cook for about 6 minutes or so before I add my broccoli to that. And so now I'm going to go ahead and get started on my sauce. You're going to need, for the 2 packs, 2 alfredo mix packs, you're going to need half a stick of margarine or butter. So add that to, and you want to do it like on medium low. So you want to let that melt first. And I always do my alfredo mix with a whisk. You can try to do it with a spoon or whatever your case may be, but I just find it easier to do it with a whisk. And I'm going to go ahead and get these. Okay, so as you can see that the butter is almost completely melted or whatever. And now I'm going to add both of these sauce mixes. I always like to add one first and get that incorporated into that butter. I'm showing you guys how I like to do mine, how it makes it a little bit easier for me. You can do yours any kind of way, just saying. And then I add the second one. And yes, slow down, making a mess. Okay, normally once I get the butter incorporated into a little bit, I like to cook it a little bit before I add the liquids to it, simply because I feel like it gives it a slight nutty flavor, whatever. Yeah, yummy. Start off by adding the milk, and I have 2 cups of milk here. I'm going to start off by adding it slowly and then mixing it into that milk just so it breaks that that mixture down a little bit and you don't have chunks of it floating in your sauce. It's easier to get it broken down first now versus later. I also take a spoon to kind of like get it down a little bit more. Now this sauce is something that you're going to want to constantly stir. I broke it down as much as I can with that amount of liquid. Yeah, constantly stir this so that it doesn't stick or anything like that. I'm still at this stage. I'm going to go ahead and add my broccoli to my pasta that's over here. So I'm going to add the rest of my milk. And then go ahead and add my water. And one stir. Basically, you're going to keep this up until it gets to the point where it starts to boil. And then you would turn the heat down on it and let it simmer for about 5 minutes. Right now I'm going to go ahead and just add some garlic powder to mine. If you want, you can use regular garlic cloves. But like I said, I do food on a budget and quickness. So I don't do anything that takes like super like hours upon hours upon hours to stand in the kitchen and cook, because I work full time and I have a child to feed, and she's not gonna be for all that. Oh, mommy, it took you 2 hours to cook dinner. Brett's not even gonna be for all that. So yeah. Okay guys, I'm back, and my sauce is not boiling, but it's a what I call a rolling boil, which means that it's almost getting ready to. So I'm gonna let it do this for like another minute, and then I'll turn the heat down. Over there is my pasta and my broccoli. It's sitting in the same pot because that's a pot that I'm gonna mix the sauce in with that to coat the pasta. My chicken, turn you guys a little bit. It's right here, and what I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna cut it up into like strips and put that on top of the pasta and the dish. Okay, so the sauce has gotten pretty thick. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it move. Now and turn it down to like 2 or whatever. And I'm going to keep my whisk in there, and I'm going to stir every now and then because I don't have gas, I have electric, so the heat doesn't automatically go down as soon as you turn it down. And I do not want my sauce to stick to the bottom or start to burn. So yeah. Put that right there. I'm going to get out of that. Just going to get my chicken out. And this actually took about 30 minutes to cook this time instead of the minute 25. I don't know why. And just gonna, oh, you guys can't see that. Sorry, I'm a lot of stuff. Over. See that? Alright. I'm just gonna cut this into strips. Like so. Just stir it a little bit on the heat. I'm gonna take the sauce and pour it into my pan. I mean not a pan, my pot of pasta. I'm just gonna use this to scrape off the extra Okay. So now we're gonna mix this up. Sorry. Right. So what we're gonna do is start off by putting the pasta and the broccoli into the casserole dish. Slide it out like so. Next, I'm gonna take my chicken and just cover the pasta up. If you want more chicken, add more chicken. If you don't, you don't. Whatever. Cheese. I'm gonna do this, bake it in the oven on 350 until the cheese is melted. Now, wasted cheese. Alright, so now I'm gonna put it in my oven on 350 until the cheese is melted, and I'll take it out and I'll plate it up for you guys and show you how it looks. Okay, guys, so here's the final look. It took about 5 minutes for the cheese to melt on top. So now, take it, and it will be hot. So this is what it looks like. You can always add Parmesan cheese to the top. Voila. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. Alright, until next time, you guys. Bye.